Do you know what's one of the worst feelings in life? Constipation. And do you know what's one of the best feelings in life? Constipation relief. In today's video, let me share with you how to get rid of constipation once and for all. First and foremost, education is key. People need to understand that daily bowel movements are not the norm or necessary for health. But if you really must go, you should be advised to try to defecate after meals, because our colon activity usually increases after taking a meal, and this is particularly true in the morning when colonic motor activity is the highest. That is why your best chance to have a go is, well, after breakfast. Next, let's talk about fiber. All of us must have heard of fiber before, but how much and which type of food has the highest amount of fiber? The recommended amount of dietary fiber is 20 to 35 grams per day. And fruits such as prunes, dates, or even apples have lots of fiber. Here is a table of how many grams of fiber per serving of fruit you can refer to. However, patients should be warned that consuming large amount of fiber can cause abdominal bloating or flatulence, and this can be modulated by starting with small amounts and slowly increasing fiber intake according to your tolerance. If fiber doesn't work for you, we have laxative next. There are 4 main types of laxatives. The first and most physiological is bulk-forming laxatives. Bulk-forming laxatives works by increasing the bulk or weight of the stool, which in turn stimulates your bowel. They normally take 2 to 3 days to work. These laxatives are effective in increasing the frequency and softening the consistency of stool with minimum side effects. Examples include psyllium, also known as Aspergillus husk, and methyl cellulose. Next, we have osmotic laxatives. Osmotic laxatives draw water from the rest of the body into your bowel to soften the stools and make it easier to pass. They take 2 to 3 days to work. This includes lactulose and polyethylene glycol, or PEG. Lactulose is easier to take, but PEG is proven to be more effective. For lactulose, one can take up to 15 to 30 ml of liquid once or twice daily. Polyethylene glycol, on the other hand, is a non-absorbable sugar. Hence, it is very effective in drawing out water to the bowels, causing intestinal water secretion, and therefore increased stool frequency. It is more commonly used as a bowel preparation for patients before colonoscopy, but it is also considered as one of the most effective treatments for constipation. A reasonable approach is to start with 17 grams of powder dissolved in 8 ounces of water once daily. Do note, however, not to use PEG more than once a day. Excessive use of these agents may result in electrolyte imbalance and volume overload in patients with poor heart and kidney functions. Next up, stimulant laxatives. As the name suggests, this stimulates the muscles that line your gut, helping them to move stools along your back passage. They are faster in action, taking around 6 to 12 hours to work. These include bisacodyl, senna, and sodium picosulfate. However, one needs to be careful as overusage may lead to diarrhea or abdominal pain. And lastly, surfactants, or also known as stool softener laxatives. These type of laxatives work by decreasing the surface tension of the stool, thereby allowing water to more easily enter into the stool to soften it, making it easier to pass. These include liquid paraffin and docusate sodium. Now, which laxative should you use? It's difficult to know whether a particular laxative will work better than another. It depends on the individual. One may work best for another and vice versa. A general guide one can follow is to start with a bulk-forming laxative. If your stool remains hard, try using an osmotic laxative in addition to or instead of a bulk-forming laxative. If your stool is soft but it is still difficult to pass, try taking a stimulant laxative in addition to a bulk-forming laxative. And if all of the above doesn't work, sorry to break the bad news, you have severe constipation. But fret not, cause I still have some tricks up my sleeve for you. The first is suppositories. A suppository is a small, round, or cone-shaped object that one put on your bottom. Once it's inside, it melts or dissolves and releases its medication. Glycerin or bisacodyl suppositories can be effective in liquefying stool and thereby overcoming obstructive defecation, providing immediate relief. Another more common method is enemas. Enemas are rectal injections of fluids intended to cleanse or stimulate the emptying of your rectum. Examples are glycerol, sodium chloride, sodium phosphate, and phosphate enemas. Do note, however, in older patients over the age of 70, we suggest that warm water enemas rather than sodium phosphate enemas be used for the treatment of constipation. This is because the use of sodium phosphate enemas in older adults has been associated with complications, including hypotension and volume depletion, severe electrolyte imbalance, renal failure, and cardiac arrhythmia. So there you have it, guys. That's all you need to know on how to cure constipation at home. Hope you guys enjoy it, and don't forget to smash the like button, share, and subscribe.